Hey guys, it's Yorkie here and welcome to the channel for our very first look at the brand new 2022 Mercedes F1 W13 car. Obviously their 2022 F1 car, you can see being demonstrated driven very nicely off the circuit there in the background. But it's going to be our first initial impressions, and we're going to be driving around the brand new Magny Cours circuit here in iRacing as well. A great track. Have not driven this circuit in quite a long time since the old F1 games, and it's one that I've always really quite enjoyed. It was fairly good for F1 cars back in the day, but F1 obviously doesn't race there anymore. It's more used by GT cars in modern times. So there has been some slight changes since F1 last ran a Grand Prix here, but we'll certainly be taking a bit of a look at the circuit and of course the car as well, exploring its limits as you can see, trying to get used to the handling and the power, the aerodynamics, the grip that this car will produce, and kind of do a little bit of a talk and kind of off the cuff sort of comparison to the W12, yeah, it was the W12 from the 2021 season that Mercedes ran. So yeah, before we get into any of the cockpit action, enjoy some offboard trackside cameras. Alright, so let's jump in the car then. Let's give it a go. So where it's first like, my god, does it feel like I'm sat low in the cockpit. Yep, certainly feels low. So we've got a lot of stuff to play around with the in the in-car adjustments. Obviously we've got the MG UK deployment modes. I imagine it's very similar to the Mercedes W12, the previous 2021 car, where you only get a limited number of adjustments per lap. Various brake bias settings, brake migration, we've got entry diff, mid diff, high speed diff, engine braking, and then the overall display. So it looks like we've got very similar, from what I can remember off the top of my head, similar sort of settings to what we had in the W12 car. So let's just get out on circuit and see what the car, oh my god, is like around this track. Why am I sat so far down? This is really, really weird. Right, I'm going to have to adjust this. I have ever so slightly moved. I have slightly adjusted the camera already. All I've done is moved it slightly back, as you can see, but there we go. That seems much better. Now actually see over the top of the car and can see beyond the nose. Anyway, let's see what this car is like. Let's also see what Magny Cours is like, because I have not driven this since it was last in one of the old F1 games. pretty exciting. So I used to quite like and enjoy Magny Cours. It was a shame to see it disappear from the F1 calendar when it did. Alright, there's quite a bump there. God, that's tight.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time game. You knocked your wheels out of alignment.
Okay, I will stop then. I did wonder if I had or not. But whilst I'm here, what I might do is try and remember where it is. In here. Where is it? It's in the car setup, isn't it? I believe. There it is. Yep. Transparent halo. That's what I was looking for. I was trying to remember the name of the setting. But there we go. We can see a little bit better. Right. Let's get back out on the circuit. Let's not screw up this time. My god. You have to be really, really careful on power on low throttle, especially after having just spun up the tyres. So obviously cold tyres is very much a thing that you're going to need to be a lot more careful of. And a lot more wary of. As you can expect with modern F1 car, braking is very, very good, and I haven't even really tested the limits there in terms of braking. Right, remember, I knew this corner does tighten up anyway, but I didn't realise quite how tight it does get towards the exit. That's a horrible curve to be running on the exit there. So, I'm learning this circuit just like you guys are here for the very first time. And you can see that I'm... Oh god. Haven't got to grips with it yet. Aggressive curve there. And then we've got an interesting chicane to be wary of. So, obviously, new regulations with these cars compared to previous years. Less downforce. See if the car bounces and porpoises down the straight. It doesn't look it. So that was one of my questions. It's like, what part of the season have they modelled this Mercedes on? Have they done it on the earlier part of the season where the car didn't look quite as nice to drive as it did in the latter stages of the 2022 season? Obviously, Lewis and George not having to deal with porpoising quite so heavily in the latter stages as team and engineers have managed to get on top of the car and kind of find some optimal settings, how to effectively run the car in terms of its ride height. Yeah, obviously quite a significant change in terms of aerodynamics, although that was almost effortless going through those first couple of corners. There is an 8th gear, but it's super long. The braking on these cars are just stupid. Just stops on a dime. But yeah, making use of ground effect a lot more rather than the wings. Oh god, we're running wide again. It seems a lot more tricky on power compared to the W12, from what I can remember. The W12 felt like you can just slam the power down in a number of cases. Obviously the first couple of gears coming out of slow speed corners you've got to be careful, but the grip isn't as there in the slow speed turns. And we didn't keep it out of the wall, and there goes my wing. Right, start again, but yeah, the car's interesting. Very interesting to drive. Bit more aggressive with the throttle there. But yeah, straight away, I've done exactly the same thing as what I just did, like literally just now. But what I was going to say is straight away the car actually feels fairly good and quick coming straight out of, like, on cold tyres. And I believed in the tyres and the aerodynamics a little bit too much. I just saw understeered wide. There we go, make it through the corner safely this time. Locking ever so slightly. Coming into the apex of the hairpin there. It's interesting how that corner gets so much tighter. And there we go, being smoother on the throttle there really helps. Change of direction is unbelievable. The grass is very slippery, as you can see. iRacing have done some updates to the off-track materials in terms of the track, in terms of the grass and the gravel. It feels like there is actually a little bit more grip on the grass compared to pre-patch, which is nice because the grass just felt like ice. It felt absolutely horrible. The moment that you dipped the wheel onto it, that was it. That was you skating off, unless you had a lot of room to try and regather the car back up. It feels like you've got a bit more control, and there's an actual chance of you being able to survive an off-track excursion this time. Just a little bit too eager with the throttle. So yeah, you can see this car is going to be a tricky one to get on top of compared to the W12. And I haven't even changed the MG UK setting as of yet. You can definitely tell when there's a little bit more downforce acting on the car. It's ridiculous through that section. Just the speed at which the car just changes direction. Save that we managed to hold. Oh, that was me. Just unwound the wheel just a little bit too much, a little bit too soon. Just about managed to get the power down that time. I'm almost wondering whether you actually need to lift going into that corner at all. There we go. This one should be an improvement. Oh, not quite flat. It's almost flat. It's just going to be a slight groove, slight feather on the throttle, and you can get through there. Right, let's go. Let's see if we can try and piece a couple of laps together here. Flat through turn 1 and 2. Down through the long right of 3. Carry the speed through. Got the 100 brake marker board on the left, and there's a little bit of white tarmac there on the... oh god. Where the grass is. That indicates that 100-meter mark at the side of the circuit before the corner, and yeah, we locked the brakes a little bit. Yeah, that's flat. That's all you need on the throttle. It's quite difficult to get the car slowed down quickly. It feels good going into the hairpin, but the two hairpins on the infield section of the track are a bit more difficult. I'm not really sure about that chicane on the exit. It feels very much like an awkward addition that's going to be detrimental to the racing more than anything. Turn 1, 2 and 3 feel mega when you get them down. Then this is obviously going to be a prime overtaking opportunity. It's just mainly GT cars that race here now. Yep, flat all the way through. Turbo line going in. But we're up on our PB. Alright. We got one reasonable lap in. You can hold it in sixth quite easily all the way through there. Don't really need a brake, just need a lift and ease on the throttle slightly. Alright, not to be too eager on the throttle. Flat through there. The better line through the initial part of the corner, just messed it up getting on power on the exit. Oh, you really do have to be aggressive on throttle. Right. In we go. It's fine. It's fine. We're all good. Still going in the right direction. Don't care about the off track. Good exit off the hairpin. Oh, I didn't get the line right. Yeah. Downforce at this thing. Jesus, just ridiculous. I imagine the W12 is a little bit more crazy around this circuit, but it's still impressive nonetheless compared to anything else that you can drive as a sim racer. Didn't explore the gravel track that time, but certainly tested track limits. Held it. Right, let's go flat through this first bit. Then we'll lift going through the second. It's mental. It's just absolutely mental. Obviously lost time a bit, but... yeah, one more lap. Enjoy. There you go. I've added lap 118, completely flat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you're new here, then please consider subscribing. But until the next video, thanks very much for watching. Have fun, stay safe, take care.